everyone, and welcome back to Faith and Flour. I'm Robin, and I hope you are all doing well in this current situation during the quarantines and lockdowns, that you guys are safe and sound at home. I am finding all kinds of things to occupy myself here at home. Life is really busier than ever, but I've enjoying some activities that I don't get a chance to do very often, like I'm making pizza dough tonight. People are making bread at home now more than ever, and it may be really difficult for you to find flour and yeast at the store. I haven't even been able to find it online, but I ventured into Whole Foods for the first time today, and I found some soft wheat flour, and that is actually perfect for making pizza dough. I also was able to get some yeast and some all-purpose flour, so I am looking forward to doing some more baking while staying at home. This recipe is really simple with just a few ingredients, and I'm making it in my bread machine. That's what this recipe was designed for, and I will have it linked in the description box below. And if you do not have a bread machine, there are loads of pizza dough recipes that are really easy to make. You can find those online as well. If you don't have soft wheat flour or bread flour, don't worry, the recipe actually calls for all-purpose flour, and it will turn out great with that. Now that the bread maker is doing all of the work for the pizza dough, I'm going to get some other things done here in the kitchen. And something that I need to do probably now more than ever is clean the vents on our stove. And so I'm using this Method heavy duty degreaser. I just find that this does a great job if I spray some on, let it sit for a little while, and start breaking down the grease that collects in there. I normally cook at home almost every meal, but I know a lot of you are home for the first time cooking more than ever, and the vents will operate so much better if you keep them clean. And so I have a little indicator light over my stove that lets me know. I think it's just basically a timer. So I believe about once or maybe every 2 months, you probably need to clean them. But if they are a little bit sticky or greasy at all, I would try to clean them. The more often you do it, the easier it will be. I'm trying to do a little multitasking here, so I've got the pizza dough going, I've got the vents that are soaking in the degreaser, and now I'm going to clean out the refrigerator, and I'm going to use one of my e-cloths. I use e-cloths for cleaning all over our house, and I absolutely love them. All I need is water, so no harsh chemicals. I won't need any gloves, and I don't have to worry about breathing some chemicals or exposing my family to anything that isn't safe. And so if you guys are interested, I always have a link in my description box for e-cloth, so you can check them out. Our refrigerator is fairly bare right now because we are waiting for a grocery delivery to come in a couple of days, so it's a great time to get in there when I have less things to remove. And I just go shelf by shelf. So on the top shelf, I remove everything, wipe it down, and that way I can close the door. This sort of thing is great to do on a rainy day, and to make it more enjoyable, I of course have to have a cup of tea, and I'm just gonna take my time and get this job done while the pizza dough is rising and while those vents are soaking in the sink. I go through each item one by one and wipe them down. I'm also checking to see if anything is expired or, gross and needs to be tossed. So I'll do that, and then I put everything back in these bins. And you can see how easy using these bins makes getting everything out of the refrigerator. It also does a great job of keeping things organized in there. And if there were a spill, it would stay contained, which is a real lifesaver sometimes. And I have these bins in my Amazon store. If you guys are looking to organize your refrigerator, I highly recommend these.
silvery shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Oh, dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all. Hand in hand, building castles out of sand, reaching for the grand. As willows align, we lose track of time. Head up high, now we climb. Oh, dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all. A bigger scale the world inhales as we go. I wouldn't want it any other way, no. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all.
I love to use my vacuum to get up all the little bits and pieces in the drawer. It makes this job so much faster and easier, and I don't usually have to remove the drawers when cleaning out the refrigerator. some reason, it's always these bins on the door that get the dirtiest in a very short period of time. So I'm grateful that I can remove them and take them to the counter to clean them. That way I can keep the refrigerator door closed in between. Now that the inside of the refrigerator looks so good, of course I have to clean the outside, and I'm just gonna grab out my window or glass polishing cloth from eCloth because I'll use the same cloth that I used on the inside to clean the outside, and then I will dry it with this polishing cloth to give it a really nice streak-free shine. To finish up the vent filters, I'm just going to use a little dish soap and my washing up pad that is from eCloth. This is a great sponge alternative. It is reusable and washable, so I can toss it in the wash with my other eCloths. It's got a scrubby side and the other side is a microfiber cloth. So you can use it with dish soap or without, and it's doing a great job on these screens, and I just have to rinse them, set them aside to dry, and then I can return them to the vent hood. as I'm editing this, I'm laughing at myself because it's really difficult, or I always have a tough time getting the first screen in. There are a couple of tabs that have to be lined up, and it's on the underside where it's really difficult to see, so I have a serious problem with the design of these. But once I get the first one in, the other two go in very easily. This little blue light comes on to let me know it's time to clean the screens, and so I'm just going to reset it. The pizza dough has been resting for about 40 minutes, and now I can roll it out. Sprinkling a little bit of cornmeal on the pan before adding the dough keeps the crust crispy and also keeps it from sticking. Because Peyton needs a gluten-free pizza crust, I have a couple of his favorite on hand to make him a personal pizza. And I'm going to pop the dough in the oven for the rest of us because I like to let the crust bake just for about 8 to 10 minutes before I put the toppings on. I'm using a pizza sauce from Trader Joe's, but you can even use just regular pasta sauce or homemade, or there's lots of other brands. And then I'm topping it with some cheese and pepperoni because that's what the guys love. Everybody has had a long week of working at home, and so we are ready to enjoy our pizza while watching a movie together, and I hope that you guys are enjoying some family time as well. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. It really does help out my channel so that my videos are suggested more. If you are new, I want to invite you to subscribe. Subscribing is absolutely free and easy, and if you activate the bell icon, you'll be notified each time I upload a new video so you don't miss out on anything. I so appreciate you spending some time with me today. I look forward to talking with you in the comments and seeing you in the next video. Have a great week.